It's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio. Today I'm sharing with you the process of day 70 mixed media collage canvas panel that I did for the 100 days project. 70, wow, we're getting closer to the end of this. I have been having a little bit of fatigue from this, kind of obligation to do it every day, although it's my own obligation to myself. So really it doesn't, there's not like any 100-day project police out there that are watching me. Okay, some of you probably are, but I've been trying to do them every day. If I don't get one done that day, I try to do two of them the next day, and I'm doing really well. I don't think I've missed, maybe I've missed a couple days. I'm not sure at this point, but yeah, I'm really doing it. I'm doing it. 100 days. That's a lot. That's more than a month. Like I have been doing challenges for a month in the past. So, like I said, this one's a 5x7 canvas panel. I have a ton of these. I bought a package of, I think, 72 or something, and I already had some. And then I had a few 4x4s and some 2x2s, but I'm out of them. So basically, I think I'll have left is 5x7 and a couple 6x8s at this point. But I've got enough to finish. So I started by gluing down collage all over the background. And this time I picked colors, and my color scheme was going to be pinkish purple, fuchsia, violet type colors, and yellow. And then I ended up throwing in a third color, a third complementary color towards the end. But I am using stuff that's still on my desk. I still have not used up everything on my desk, but a couple of these pieces, the one that I put on first and the one that I put on second, those are laser prints from leftover from some things that people shared in the Art Joy of Sharing art community group over on Facebook. We're all month doing a collaborative group-wide project where people are sharing their art, their background type art, and then we can print them out and use them to create new art, and then share that in the group or on social media. So last Thursday, Peg and I did something with our printouts, and these are leftover pieces. Then all the other pieces are just stuff that's left over from gel printing, or I can see there's one that's done with a stencil and watercolor. There's another one that's done with just a stencil over a background. There's some little bits of colorful paper that was made by just scraping excess paint onto paper. There is text weight paper, there's actual printed paper, there's rice paper, and there's even some deli paper, which I'm putting on right now. That yellow piece most likely was made on a piece of deli paper when I was gel printing, and I just turned the stencil over and let the stencil print onto the paper. Or maybe it was something that I picked up. I wanted to pick up the excess through the stencil off the plate so that I could put new colors through the stencil. But yeah, I just keep all that stuff. I've got all kinds of little bits of paper, and I still, after 70 days, have not really got out much of anything from my folders or my color boxes. These are just still sitting on my desk. It's crazy. I need to go and just like sort through all this stuff and put them in the color boxes, put them in the little plastic things. I don't know. I thought I would use it up. I thought it would be gone at this point. That these like little, piles. I have these little plastic trays that are left over from frozen food, and I just, I throw those scraps. I tear something off, and then I throw the scraps into this little pile, and the piles are overflowing, and there's still plenty left for me to do a bazillion projects. So I probably should have done big projects, and then maybe I would have used it up. So anyway, I just glued all that down. I used Liquitex Matte Gel Medium. This is the medium that I recommend for collage. It is thicker than a fluid medium, so it has more tack. It glues down and sticks in the place that you put it a lot better and a lot faster wouldn't say it dries faster, but it sticks down faster. That's what tack means. So after that was all done, then I moved on to doing some dripping and being weird with some acrylic inks. The first one I used is a purple, a dark purple, and then I switched to a yellow. I did try to dry in between so that the colors wouldn't run together, but somehow some of that purple still got within the yellow. I thought it was dry. I dried it with a heat tool, but I did get a little bit of bleed, but that's okay because this is an abstract piece and I was playing with color. I was interested in playing with color and not so much pattern. Although it definitely has plenty of pattern, but I was thinking about the colors. I was thinking about this purple and yellow combination, purple, pink, yellow, that was what I wanted to do. So then I thought, well, I need some pink also, and I have this really pretty fluorescent pink type color, so I added some of that. I'm using a spray bottle with it and trying to get it to drip and run, and try not to get the colors to run so much together, although they are a little bit, but more just getting some blocks of colors in different areas and kind of dividing up the canvas with the color. A lot of fun. Messy, you get it all over, but it's fun to do. I just really love acrylic ink, and I want to get like about 20 more colors. I think I have maybe 10 or 12 or 15 colors in different brands, and I want more. I want more acrylic ink, but I just haven't gotten around to thinking about ordering it. So then I wanted to use a stencil. This one is from the Stencil Girl Stencil Club. It's a really cool stencil. It's a mashup, and basically what a mashup is a couple designers combine their designs. I think it's Mary Beth Shaw, but I can't remember who the other one was. But they combined the things that they like from each other's stencil designs and make them into one stencil set. The club, you get a 9 by 12, a 4 by 4, and a 6 by 6 each month, and they just come. You sign up for the club and you just pay it each month, and they just come automatically. This one's really cool. I like this leafy shape, and so I wanted to use that, and then I wanted something else to counterbalance it down at the bottom, so I just went ahead and put those three little hot dogs. They look like hot dogs to me. I don't know why, they just do. And what I put through the stencil is watercolor ground. And I thought I might play with some watercolors, so I decided to use that. It's not gesso, it's something else. It's supposed to prepare a surface so that you can watercolor on it if it's not watercolor paper. So it should be absorbent. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's a medium. And so I put that down through the stencil, and the medium is white, so therefore it looks kind of like gesso, but it's not. It was actually this stuff called watercolor ground. Then I'm using my Stabilo All pencil. This pencil is highly water reactive. This isn't just a watercolor pencil. This thing is like, it touches water and it just goes crazy with bleeding out and everything, like kind of like watercolors. So I thought that would be a good thing to use, and I went around the outsides of some of the shapes that I stenciled on with the ground, and then I also went across some other areas and just added a little bit of that black color in different areas as well, and then bled it out with my water tank brush. And also I even just squirted some water on it with my squirt bottle, just to make it really kind of really watery and bleedy and runny. I just thought that looked cool. I don't know. These are all practice and experimentation and having fun, so I wasn't too concerned. But this is where I thought I need a third complementary color. So I decided to go with this turquoise teal green type color, which complements the other two very well. It's a triad if you look at a color wheel. So it's also kind of, I don't know, it sets it off. All the colors, when you put complementary colors together, they set off each other and make all the colors look really bright. This thing is bright. It's very bright, trust me. I did one yesterday with bright colors as well, so I guess I'm into bright colors right now. Um, I think my palette does change. I don't think I'm stuck in a colorway for a long time, you know, like some people really, you can really identify their favorite colors because they continue to use them over and over. I don't think I'm doing that, but it's possible that I am, I guess. I don't know. So then I did put the watercolor on. That was the, the the purple on one side and the tealy green on the other side, and a little bit of a yellow, a deep yellow orangey color from my watercolor palette. Just right onto that area with the ground. And then I thought, you know what? It needs more collage because yeah, I like to glue paper to stuff. So I have a couple different pieces of this same type of a color, this teal. Um, those were again laser prints from ones I printed off the other day. I got a new laser printer, so I printed off some of these things from the group. If you haven't joined the group yet, it's over on Facebook and it's called Art Joy of Sharing. I'll put a link below the video. And it's a safe community where you can share whatever type of art you're making. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be something like mine. It can be whatever you make. Is it ceramics? Is it quilting? Whatever. And all that we do in there is offer encouragement and share art. There isn't any selling or advertising or anything like that. Sometimes people put video links in there so you can watch their video, but that's about it. So I made a few different pieces and I'm putting them kind of at an angle across the composition. I think that I am balancing the composition because when you put a color somewhere, and remember this teal color is new to the composition, then you need to put it in more than one place. And I just decided I wanted to kind of do this sort of a 1/3, 2/3 X, but not in a cross, but more like an X. So I'm scattering those bits of paper across, including putting some on the leaf slash feather thing that's there in the center. And also one of the pieces had some text on it, the one of the pieces I printed. So I decided to bump that up a little bit by adding some text tissue paper over those as well. So you get that little bit of a graphic look of having text in the composition, which I enjoy a lot. I like to use music paper or text paper, that type of stuff in my collage. So I was happy with that. I think it looks better now with that third color added. And so now it's time to add some white back in. You need contrast. You need to have blacks and whites within your composition, or else it all just looks this, you know, samey, which bugs me. So I'm using a white Posca pen, and I splattered a little bit, and then I I put some of the white. The thing about the acrylic that's in a Posca pen is it is super opaque. It is like if you write with that over something, no matter what it is, the under thing doesn't come through. It's completely covered with this opaque ink, which I like. So I sometimes use that ink by just pressing the tip of the pen down and letting a puddle be on my underpaper, and then I pick it up with a paintbrush. So I used my water tank brush there, my favorite one. That's from Arteza, and that just happens to be my favorite one that I use all the time. I have others. I have lots of others. I just happen to like this one. Um, and I'm doing painting of the white with the brush by picking it up off the underpaper. Also, um, drawing onto the composition and then blending it out with the water brush, and then also just drawing directly on there with the pen as well. I wanted to enhance that kind of splatter across, again, in an angle, in an X sort of way, not a cross sort of way. So I filled in some of those with the white pen as well. I added a couple more pieces of a different paper that has some black with some teal because there was these two shapes that I really enjoyed when I put them down. They were like oval shapes, but then they were there in the center and they were not making me happy. So I covered them up with some more collage so that you didn't see those two oval shapes there in the center of the canvas. So that's about it. I hope you've enjoyed this process. I think it was fun. I think it's different and abstract. So that's, it's fun to play for me. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment or question below. Not a lot of comments lately. I guess everyone else is getting fatigue as well as me. um, you can subscribe and you can turn on your notification bells and you can share this if you want to, pin it on Pinterest or something like that. All those things help out my channel. If you do those things, it helps other people on YouTube find me with YouTube helping out with their secret algorithm situation. So then the last thing I did is I just wanted a little bit of unification. So I'm using some Zinc Ice Glaze made by Altadene for South After. And I'm just putting that glaze. It's a translucent yellow glaze over the whole thing. And that kind of, I don't know, it made all the tones the same. So that's it for me. Thanks. Bye bye.